Long before Spira learned to fear sin, it feared something else, the end of Zanarkand. 1,000 years ago, Zanarkand was a city of light, vast, brilliant, alive. Its summoners were respected, its culture unmatched, and at its center stood one man whose power and influence shaped everything around him. Yu Yevon, the Summoner King, a man whose will was so absolute that the entire city trusted him with its future, even when the future began to collapse. When Bevelle rose to power with advanced machina, Zanarkand faced extinction. Their spells, their traditions, their guardians, none of it could stop the machines tearing through their armies. Summoners were no longer the most powerful force in the world, and Yu Yevon watched the city he loved inch closer to disappearance. To him, losing Zanarkand meant losing more than a home. It meant losing history, identity, memory, everything his people were. So while Bevelle marched forward, Yu Yevon turned inward. He searched for something greater than magic or machina, something that could protect Zanarkand not for a year or a generation, but forever. He gathered the most powerful summoners of the city. He asked for a sacrifice history wouldn't understand, a ritual no one had attempted before, a transformation that would demand more from the soul than any final aeon ever had. This is where the legend becomes unclear. Even scholars disagree on what truly happened. Some say Yu Yevon reached into the fireflies themselves. Some say he found a way to bind memory into form. Others whisper that he pushed summoning beyond the boundary of humanity entirely. But all the legends agree on this. Yu Yevon refused to let Zanarkand die. While the city fell to Bevelle's armies, Yu Yevon worked in secret, shaping something the world had never seen. A ritual fueled not by hope, but by fear of loss, so powerful it bent reality around it. And by the time Bevelle reached the heart of the city, Zanarkand was gone. Not saved, not rebuilt, removed, lifted out of the world and preserved somewhere Spira could no longer touch. A perfect Zanarkand. A remembered Zanarkand. A Zanarkand that lived on in a form the living couldn't understand. To the survivors of the war, Yu Yevon became a symbol of devotion, a man who defied fate itself to protect his people. To the temples that rose after the war, he became a god, and to the rest of Spira, he became a name spoken in prayer, in fear, in duty, in resignation. But the truth buried beneath the legend is far more complicated. Yu Yevon didn't save Zanarkand. He preserved an idea of it. He preserved a memory, a version of the city that would never age, never change, never fall again. And Spira has been living in the shadow of that decision ever since. Because even though Yu Yevon vanished 1,000 years ago, his will didn't vanish with him. His teachings shaped the world that rose from the ashes. His name became the foundation of belief. His choices became the blueprint for a cycle that no one could escape. People pray to Yevon without knowing the man behind the name. They fear sin without understanding the history that created it. And they follow teachings rooted in a tragedy no one was allowed to remember. Yu Yevon was not a god. He was a man facing the end of everything he loved. And the ritual he began 1,000 years ago is still echoing through Spira today. Next time, we turn our eyes to Bevelle, the place that defeated Zanarkand, rewrote history, and built a religion around a truth no one was meant to discover. Because Yu Yevon shaped the dream, but Bevelle shaped the world that woke up after. Like, subscribe, and follow Hidden Lore XP for more Final Fantasy X.